point, the deprivation in Ireland has not happened overnight. It has not happened in the last week. Ireland has not collapsed. Northern Ireland has not become deprived overnight. It has been deprived for the entire time you have been in government. So why is it suddenly now, when Theresa May needs to cling on to power, because that's what she's doing, let's not kid ourselves, let's not joke, let's not lie and say this is in the national interest, it's directly in your interest. Why now, after 7 years of power, are you so interested in injecting £1 billion of public money? It's not Conservative money, it is public money that could be distributed to mental health nurses, to schools, to public sectors. But no, because you want to cling to power, because you have got a woman who does not understand the electorate, does not understand the message she's been given by the public, she has now bribed the Northern Irish Assembly with £1 billion to keep her into power. Justify that for me now, please.
Well, that money, I mean, you mentioned mental health services. Northern Ireland still has the highest...
What I've asked you to do is justify
Elliot,
£1 billion to the
I am answering your question.
No, you're not. You're doing what Tories do, is you're deflecting to other points. It's a simple question. Justify to me in simple terms why you think now, after 7 years in government, after 7 years of austerity, now is the time to give Northern Ireland and nobody else in the country £1 billion at a point where your government, by your own doing, by your own making, is in crisis. Justify that now. Without saying any Tory soundbites, if you're going to be clear, lay it out in simple layman terms, please, because it's an affront.
The government has increased spending right across the country, including Scotland, Wales, England. Government expenditure has increased. We have been increasing expenditure in Northern Ireland, and Northern Ireland has some of the most significant issues because of its history. You mentioned mental health services. It has the highest suicide rate per capita in the whole of the UK, and it's entirely appropriate that we recognise the unique circumstances of Northern Ireland. We are in a coalition, or sorry, not a coalition, we are in a hung parliament situation. That means that we have to negotiate with other parties, and that means that the policies that the government put forward get adapted and amended in negotiation with those parties. That's what happens in hung parliament situations. That's what we've done.
That's all very admirable, and if you were doing it off your own back, if you'd won this election and you turned around and said, do you know what? Northern Ireland is so deprived, we need to invest immediately because it's, you know, it's a terrible place. But that's not what's happened.
No, we had already committed to an upturn in
£1 billion would not be going to the Northern Irish Assembly. It just wouldn't be happening because it wouldn't be your priority. Because at the moment, your priority is clinging to power at the detriment to this country. You're an affront to this country.
Let him respond then.
Our priority is doing what is right for the UK, and I have absolutely no doubt that a government led by Jeremy Corbyn would have been a catastrophe for this government.
You don't have a mandate.
That's why we have entered into an agreement with another political party in the UK to form a stable government. That's what happens when you have hung parliament.